We better start this shit.
Totally.
Because I think they found me.
Who found you?
You hear that chopper?
I hear that chopper.
I hear that chopper.
We all hear that chopper. What the fuck's that chopper?
Shit's like Goodfellas.
What did you do wrong? What are you doing?
Nothing.
What the fuck are you pulling out there? Put that away, man. It's cool. Dude, seriously, put that away. Like, I'm not even joking now. We're meant to be doing a podcast.
That's better.
Oh, man. That was a close one. What are you doing with that thing anyway?
Just had to check who was in the chopper.
Who was in the chopper?
Yo, mama!
Haha! It's Conez and Doh.
My good sir.
Good to see you, my old friend. It's been a couple of weeks.
You've been staying Caucasian?
I've been trying my best to. It's hard these days. But, you know, everybody needs a bit of spice in their life, so I try and eat out at least once a week at, like, a Korean place or maybe some Lebanese food. What's been happening over here?
Changing it up.
Just changing it up. Well, we live in a multicultural
I think I'm Mexican today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you have? What sort of Mexican?
A burrito.
Huh?
A pork burrito.
Really?
Yeah,
I had one.
Sweet. Go Mex.
Yeah? I had one called Mario. He was cleaning my lawn.
Yeah.
So,
straight in there. Straight in there with the Mexican gay
oh,
jokes.
sorry. I'm going to... What was the gay bit? I didn't even say.
I said I had Mexican. You said you had Mexican, didn't you?
Yeah. I had him in to clean my garden.
Oh, sorry. Fuck.
Not
I went
sexually.
there.
If I was going to do sexually, I would have made it a girl's name, and I just decided against that because I've had some criticism. I'm a bit mean, and, you know, we all have to deal with our demons, so I'm just going to be nice this episode. I've turned over.
Well, what are we up to? We're up to like episode 6 on the chucking them up there
on the trails to success.
So I guess people should be used to us saying shit we don't believe by now.
That's true. I'm just trying to be a bit funny. I guess you could say the podcast is on the road to 2016. I hear we might be appearing at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics.
I'm dragging a bit behind, I guess, but I'll catch up.
What, with regards to your athletics and stuff, or?
No, just catching up to 2016.
You're almost there. We're both almost there. Well, I might as well start off with something that's fresh in my head. I just had a cigarette right before this show started.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know, right? I just wanted to talk about my addiction and stuff. No, what I actually want to talk about is it seems like, you know, next door to Doh, some new people have sort of moved in or whatever, some younger people and stuff, and they're having a few beers, enjoying the pit patio sort of on the back there kind of thing. And one of the guys, he's got one of those loud projecty voices anyway, and they're up in the patio and they've had a few drinks and he's like, yeah, it's like a great house to share, it's a great house to share, we just got to be like respectful of the neighbours and stuff, right? And he's saying it so loud, like everyone he could hear it, like, you know how it's a patio overlooking the street.
You're basically on the street.
And then they couldn't see me because there was a tree in the way, but I was like carefully eavesdropping on that conversation. And then so he was like that, and then he sort of gestured, like, you know, expansively, because he's had a few drinks and stuff across the other side of the street, and he's like, yeah, over there's like five guys in their 30s and da-da-da-da, talking like that. And then, so that was pretty good. And then the chick, after that, to move on to the next topic of conversation. I
felt like that after about 2 beers the other night. It was pretty good.
But then we had an important contribution from the chick next to her who was like, oh, I went to this house party in Zurich. It was on like the roof of a house. Everybody there, it was so funny. That was it.
That was her story?
Yeah, that was her story. And I'm like, it's still...
I went to this party, it was on the roof of the house. It was so funny.
No, a house party in Zurich. That's what you didn't remember. I went to a house party in Zurich. It was on the roof of a house. Everybody there. It was so funny. Pretty good.
It's like that Louis C.K. bit about hilarious. You know his whole thing, the hilarious special.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But I don't know, as lame as it is, and I sort of am paying her out, but I'm sort of intrigued by that story.
I do want to go to a roof party.
Yeah, in Zurich and stuff. And I could
I don't know what's funny about it. What's so funny about it?
No, the point of the story, I think, was probably just to mention she's been to Zurich and partied kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the premise. But it was an intriguing story. I want to know what happened at this party. What sort of Swiss guys were there? Was it that funny? Like, it could have been hilarious. Ha ha! Glad you could make it, Hans.
Oh, hello, Sarah.
Hello. You wouldn't want to join me on the rooftop? You've never been to a traditional Swiss rooftop party? This is where we keep the gold. Something like that, but I could just be making that up.
I heard there was some pretty epic kind of bender clubs in Germany where at sunrise the curtains come down to stop the sunlight from coming in and all that kind of stuff. Like this just comes down, like everyone just keeps going in the club.
And they'd probably like sync it up with this kind of like big Tiesto drop and shit kind of thing. And then like, oh, the things come down and everyone's like, 6 o'clock in the morning all fucked up. Hey, I thought of a slogan for a t-shirt.
Hit me.
Keep Africa black. It's pretty confusing, huh?
Yeah, it's fucking confusing.
Yeah. I don't even mean to get political or racial with it. I just think it would be it's got a nice sort of tone to it. What do you think?
Yeah, it was sort of like me telling you to stay Caucasian.
Yeah, black humour. So what have you been up to? What's been happening?
That shit's dark.
The dark continent. But moving on, what else has been happening?
I went and saw The Martian the other day.
Okay, yeah.
It was pretty funny. I was pretty high, like in the day.
Like high altitude?
As you do, like you know.
High? Like high altitude? You went up to the mountains? Or?
Just pretty fresh from
fresh, okay.
From bongs.
Oh, fresh from bongs. Double FB, yeah.
So I was already pretty zoned for the day, right? Uh-huh. And then was like, oh, I'm gonna go see The Martian. So I had about, in America, I guess the equivalent would be like it'd be like having an edible that's about 260 milligrams or something.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I had that and about an hour before because it takes a while to digest and come on and everything. I went and saw the movie, and I got I went to get a regular popcorn, and then it got upsized for $1, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just get the medium one. Yeah, that's cool. And they got like a bunch of donuts and stuff, and then I chowed like all of this food watching the movie. I ate the first half of the popcorn, and I was like, oh, I'll just chill on it. But by the end of this like 3-hour movie, I'd just eaten it all.
Yeah. Is it that long, is it?
I think it was like 2 hours 40 or something like that. Okay. The movie was pretty cool. Like there was all these epic like backdrops and stuff of Mars, and it looked really realistic. Like they got science dudes to work on it and shit, and I was really enjoying it. And I'm sure I may have enjoyed it more if I didn't get so blazed, because it got to this point in the movie where this sort of thing was happening where he had an iPod or something that someone had left there, and it had all this disco music on it and shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it was almost like Ridley Scott just jerking off in your face with this baby boomer reference kind of shit.
Yeah.
And whether it was in the original script or not, I don't know. Maybe I'm like giving him too much shit, but
true.
It just seemed like he was playing to that audience, because I was so like, oh, I'm into this, and it was all orchestral, and then it's all this ABBA music and shit with Matt Damon doing all this solo Mars stuff. So it was cool, but it was like I was so blazed that I wanted to be on Mars kind of thing. And then when it's doing this like Waterloo kind of shit, I'm like, this sucks. Like
I love it that that's your fundamental critique of the movie, right? You bring up like the soundtrack and the direction and stuff.
It's not that I don't even like that music that much. It's like that it ruined my immersive experience by like putting that like such a big jerk off
You're so blazed.
Older crowd.
You're so blazed you wanted to be on Mars. Like, this movie sucks. Imagine if on The Martian, instead of all those ABBA tracks, he got stuck with like old Richard Pryor tapes and shit like that. And there was a soundtrack you did. You know when that shit goes back in your ass? Trying to fix stuff. Well, I saw a movie the other day, but I won't go on it for long. I saw Crimson Peak, which was by that... It's like this gothic thing, and it's pretty gay. Don't go see it.
Crimson Peak?
Yeah. It's like this...
vague description.
Oh, fuck it. It's like this spooky Victorian steampunk horror thing in the vein of like Tim Burton, but done by Guabubichigo Telmaro or whatever, who did Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that. Whose shit I don't necessarily mind, but it got so slow, and so like it's just so much walking around the spooky house with like 3 characters, and you just know exactly what's going to happen. But I was pretty blazed in it too, so I was at the drive-in or whatever, getting blazed. So
I didn't think it would go that way with the edibles, but it was like I was too stimulated to even like get immersed in it once this thing just sort of barred it for me.
Well, that's Yeah, I was like that when I saw Jurassic World the first time, and that would just like washed over me like a wave kind of thing, because I'd had some like edible kind of things and stuff. And, yeah, that was just straight up letting the dinosaur sweep over you, so I didn't really get the points of the plot and stuff, but it still held up the second time I see it.
Oh, and it had the trailer for episode 7 at the start, so...
Oh, really? Yeah. How long's the trailer?
It was a few minutes, but... Oh, I got more immersed in that, probably.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Some of the faces on the actors, though, don't give you that much confidence.
Yeah? Like Home and Away sort of acting?
You know, just like even when they're not saying a line and it's cutting in between these bits of the movie and you're just looking at their face and they don't even look genuine not saying anything.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. But
I sort of know what you mean. I don't know how...
It's a lucky thing as well. I think with the original Star Wars, that's so lucky that they got these sort of essentially no-name actors apart from Sir Alec Guinness and maybe Harrison Ford's had a bit part in... American Graffiti,
but imagine
and shit like that.
Imagine if Han Solo was played by John Wayne. Maybe Paul Newman as Luke Skywalker.
Just a poquito, Yakoska.
Yeah.
Well, Pilgrim.
Maybe Liza Minnelli as Princess Leia. That would work alright.
What's the dude's name? Is it Chris Farley back in the day?
Yeah, I think so.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yes. Fuck, I tell you what movie. Speaking of misplaced...
He would be a fucked up Jabba the Hutt.
Speaking of misplaced castings, I watched Conez the other day and I'd totally forgotten that Dave Chappelle was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the hell out of it.
He gets dropped out of a fucking plane, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like his dead body.
Yeah, so that was, yeah, he gets stuck in it and they push him out. He writes the message on it. So. But speaking of, like, I guess, big realizations and epiphanies, I realized one I had the other day. Like, I didn't have it the other day, but I realized that I had this epiphany long ago somewhere in my youth or whatever. And it was when that I realized that monster trucks, for large parts, the actual chassis body bit on top of them is just a normal sort of four-wheel drive or pickup truck. That it's not super, super big. It's just the wheels that are super big. I'd always thought when I was little kids that the top bits of it are like these
Aren't
giant...
Aren't they a bit bigger?
They're not much bigger. If you look at most of them, it's just like you get a Ford 150 kind of thing and put these giant wheels on it. I'm pretty sure...
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just we're not used to seeing trucks as big as in America all the time.
That's it. So most of the time I thought, but then when you actually see them...
because you get an F-150 or whatever they are and
you put giant wheels on it and it's this fucking massive monster truck. So that
just step up to get in it anyway.
That was a sort of road to Damascus moment when I had a big realization. Fuck, marry, kill. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Captain Sullenberger, who was the pilot that landed that plane on the Hudson River in New York or whatever with all those people on board.
With a little moustache.
Yeah, the little moustache. Or the Virgin Mary. Expect a serious answer to.
Well, yeah. The Virgin Mary's like trying to draw Muhammad though. Like, what does she actually look like? Is it Princess Leia?
Yeah, a bit like Princess Leia mixed with, I don't know, like Misha Barton from the OC or something, I guess.
And the girl from that honey cocaine curveball clip.
Yeah, the one from that clip. No, she's not a virgin. The Virgin Mary, I don't know. Maybe Dusty Springfield crossed with Princess Diana crossed with what's her name, Princess Peach from Mario Kart and stuff. That sort of look. But more broadly, you've got Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Captain Sullenberger, or the Virgin Mary.
Sorry, Sully. It looks like you got to go.
He was an American hero, but okay. Go on.
Well, fuck. You can't make someone homophobic because of their sexual preference in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. I've always said that. I've always got behind that attitude, so to speak.
So that's why I'm killing him, but it's not like, you know...
Okay, alright, so he's dead.
It's not a hate crime.
He survived. Alright, so you've thrown his body into the icy Hudson. It's claimed his life finally. I'd
probably marry Julia Louis-Dreyfus because, you know, she'd probably know more cool shit than the Virgin Mary. And you always want to break that shit in, don't you?
It's a good thing I didn't choose the Prophet Muhammad for this one. Have to scale it back a bit. You'd marry... I don't know. I like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, but I'm not sure if I'd want to be married to her. Being married to the Virgin Mary would be weird, though. So you're Jesus' stepdad? Like Joseph, I guess? Because God's the real dad, right?
That'd be pretty cool.
So Jesus, you're like, Jesus, put your Xbox away. Don't make me get cross with you. That sort of thing. But yeah, that's it.
Jesus
Christ.
So it looks like there's a few more steps towards medicinal cannabis being legal for chronically ill patients in Australia.
Yeah, I think
good news.
I think I heard this on the radio the other day, saying that it's a law passed saying that you can cultivate it here for medicinal purposes.
I believe so.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's saying that you should be able to apply in participating states and territories to produce and use medicinal cannabis products and stuff. So at least it's getting to that kind of level, and then it puts a foot in the door for regulation and decriminalisation and legalisation. So
I know slippery slope, and soon we'll be able to deal ice to kids outside schools. But I agree with you. That's a small price to pay for people in need.
Sorry, and regulation.
Yeah,
you motherfucker.
Fucking regulating like Warren G. That's fucking regulating in the school zone.
Oh,
in the piece with a piece in the school zone. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking okay. All right, no, sorry, you go on.
Let me ride.
I've got some drug related type stuff.
Yeah. Do we need to turn the mic off for a sec? Or?
No, I read this crazy article about... It was from like 2002 when ice was a bit newer and stuff, and it was from like a Variety magazine journal. I forget which one it was. I might go...
A bit less mainstream.
I might go and get it, yeah. But like a Rolling Stone type thing, but edgy like Rolling Stone used to be. So now it doesn't have like Kesha and everything. But these guys, it was like, oh, what do people in this get up to? Like, we followed some party goers in Colorado, I think, and it said... oh yeah, they're all professionals and stuff, but every few weeks they get into, and basically the guys got over imported from Asia in this little statuette, just straight like 100% Shabu kind of like ice kind of thing, and they all do it, and they end up going to Vegas on a whim. Like there's groups of all of them. There's one guy who locks himself in, he runs out, I'll be back, comes back with a stack of porn DVDs and locks himself in the lounge room for like 3 days or whatever, right? And it read super real because you sort of know what sort of things people say on that shit, and this is like rang true to that times 100 and stuff. Like them doing these crazy clues and crossword puzzles and like timing shit and like discovering these secrets, and they all go to Vegas on a whim and just keep having more, like shaving off heaps of it. But one of the funniest ones is that there's one member of that group, I think they call him Shifty, and they all sound like sort of college educated, like upper middle class, but they just go crazy on this Shabu. One of his friends who's, when he's just wasted, he also steals shit, so they set shit up for him to steal.
Oh, so that he doesn't get in trouble?
Yeah, they set it up and also to watch him kind of thing, because like, it's fascinating to watch him and stuff. Like, when it gets to him, he just has to steal. And they set stuff up and then watch him steal it and stuff, and then say to him, like, play it out like a theater.
Oh, like set up their own shit for him to steal.
Yeah, or like random shit, like little pipes and stuff like this that they just know he'd want. And then they're like, oh, hey man, like, I've lost this thing, can you help? And the guy's like, yeah, I'll help you find it. And like, fully goes along with it 100%. But they know this, and he knows that they know this, and this is just some of the stuff they do when they're on this crazy free night sort of.
Oh yeah, it'll fuck your life up.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty crazy, but yeah, I mean, either way, it sounded pretty crazy. This stuff.
Yeah, that's fucked. But yeah, nah, it's no good.
No, it's no good. That's why you got to blow weed in their face. But obviously, weed isn't anything like that, and it's a good thing that I think it's a good thing that we're getting it cultivated here. I'll be able to do it. I'll be interested to see what happens with it.
I guess if they look at both sides of it and you do the decrim or either legalisation and then you put heaps of money into the mental health system, I guess it's such a vague, big, broad fucking term, but into educating people about all that shit, you know, and helping and rehab and stuff, you know.
We spoke a couple of weeks ago about pandas and sort of about how they seem to be sort of genetically nihilistic, like they just want their own race to die. They can't be bothered. And it seems like it might not be the only one. I heard on the radio on the way here that in India, they said a jaguar. Now, it said there were only 260 to 290 jaguars left. I don't know if
really?
I don't know if that might be
a
wild.
Specific type, or
they just said jaguars, which sounds like too few. I don't know if that's in the wild or in total or whatever. But they're shipping the jaguar back from Delhi Zoo that came from the southern state of Kerala because they took it up there. It's a 12-year-old Jaguar, and they wanted to get it to mate with a female one. But they put it in there, and the female just wants it, but this one is just too fat and lazy to want to do anything. It just eats food, and it won't fuck the female panda. They brought it all that way.
Oh, Jaguar.
Yeah, the male Jaguar. Sorry, panda. The Jaguar didn't fuck the panda. The male Jaguar is just too fat and lazy to do it. And I guess that's hard.
Has it been a zoo Jaguar? Or?
It sounds like it, because it sounds like it was super fat, unless it's been eating, like, Untouchables or whatever.
Or it just came from the wild, and it's like, fuck yeah, food!
Yeah, that's true. They're like, I could fuck in the wild. I didn't get KFC there and stuff. Or whatever they feed it. But that in wild animal news. And the other crazy one I saw was footage of a bunch of asylum seekers sort of sneaking into England through the kind of... They get in trucks in France that they get taken across and go
in the
tunnel across on ferries, and they opened one up and they got in the back, I think a few Afghanis and stuff and it was all put on video, with a polar bear, a 1-year-old polar bear that was getting taken from Moscow to Yorkshire Wildlife Park, and it's in a cave
with a bunch of Afghani refugees
it was in there. It was
illegal immigrants.
The video was taken from the guy behind it who was in his car, like, what's happening here, like waiting to get onto the ferry, and starts recording. This guy's run up from, like, asylum seekers run up from the side of the street and, like, rip open the back and stuff, which is their style, but then open and you see, like, a big polar bear in a cage, and a few of them are like, whoa, and then a few of them get in and, like, a couple are like sort of running away. Like, it's in a massive cage, but it's a bit sus. I'm like, that'd be a good story to tell the grandkids.
They should let it loose to get away.
To get away from what? Why would they? Oh, to distract?
Yeah.
That's true. Like, come on, everybody. Yeah, that would be a good distraction, actually. French border police probably wouldn't know how to deal with fucking polar bears, huh?
Good smoke and mirrors trick.
A good smoke and mirrors trick. Well, I'll keep that in mind if I ever need to sneak into there.
Just release a polar bear.
Yeah. On that migrants note, I was just saying, just quickly, if I had heaps of money, I think what would be funny, I saw a protest just near me at the Department of Immigration, and there were people saying, like, free the refugees, like student types like that. And I just thought it'd be funny if you had heaps of money to pay, like, a bunch of slacker student, like, looking people to go there, like, just dressed in, like, slummy anarchist stuff. And they're like, deport the refugees! Deport the refugees! And you just pay them to say all this crazy shit. Just to confuse people. Not as the actual political point. And they'd be like, oh no, here come these lefties again. And then they just say all this kind of crazy reactionary shit. And they reckon that would fuck with people. Keep women down. Keep women down. Like, what do we want? Men's rights. What do we want now? Oh, hippies.
If I ruled the world, I'd open every cell in Attica and send them to Africa.
There's a lot of white racists in America that would agree with that, right?
Yeah, Nas deep down. What's going on there?
Trump and Nas.
And if you were, if you were just going black and white with it, sorry.
Are we talking about pandas again? What's going on?
It's almost like Fidel Castro flushing the toilets of Cuba onto the shores of America.
Totally. The Mariel boat lift, I believe, yeah. That was a pretty sneaky trip by him.
So Nas was being a bit sly in If I Ruled the World, I think.
Yeah, well, he's taking... Well, yeah, rappers love fucking Scarface, right? So he was watching it and he's like, damn.
I want to flush my toilet on Africa.
I think you might have been missing the point, the gist of the song. I mean, I think he means that he wants to kind of liberate his fellow African Americans from the carceral, custodian, punishing state that's seen a lot of his people oppressed, and go to Africa not as in like a forcible deportation, but a sort of spiritual renewal of black pan-African identity.
Oh, I never saw it that way before.
Yeah. You need to wash your robes. You need to wash your robes.
Shit, dog, I knew that shit.
This is an awful show. Do you reckon OJ was guilty?
Yeah. I kind of do. I don't know. There's all that conspiracy style shit that says that maybe he's like... this is all bullshit. I don't know what's real, but maybe he's covering for his son or whatever.
Yeah?
I read some weird one like that, and that's one of the ones that's so vague and you can't really disprove that it makes it a bit weird, but I think it was probably him.
As far as I'm concerned, the only thing he's guilty of is driving while black.
Jesus.
Cops harassing him and stuff. No, he obviously did it. I think OJ's probably a murderer.
There were some sus lines in the civil case, weren't there?
Yeah, there's some pretty sus shit, but I mean, yeah, he looks like he's done it. And I was thinking about that.
And like her sister was just like, he did it when she found it or something, wasn't it? Like just assumed that he did it straight away because it seemed like he was going to.
Well,
who really knows at the end of the day?
It's a decent assumption, but here's my prediction.
That motherfucking glove don't fit.
Yeah, you got to quit. Johnny Cochran don't quit. But yeah, I was thinking that, and this might have just been because I've seen him around recently, just here and before, but in terms of those big, those big LA Hollywood stories kind of thing, like O.J. Simpson or like Michael Jackson's sex abuse or even the Manson family murders, I reckon Tom Cruise is going to be involved in one of those at some point in his life.
Yeah.
Like a body gets found at Tom Cruise's estate and it turns into this big like singularity of media attention or whatever like that. Maybe Justin Bieber gets found dead at Tom Cruise's estate. Imagine the theories and stuff on that.
Or maybe he'll be one of the first guys going on a private trip to space and just explode in the sky like a star.
Like laughing as he explodes into the sun. Oh, jeez.
Or maybe he'll set it up so like his whole production team lets him ride on the outside of the spaceship in a spacesuit. And he'll be the dopest cunt ever.
Yeah.
And you'll probably just he'll just fucking die.
Like, I was the first man in space furthest outside of the plane interior and stuff. Like, that's his record bit. Do you reckon he's on some shit? Like, this is what I was wondering. Like, to us, Scientology is...
Pharmaceuticals are still fucking drugs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, his whole
I love that whole, like, I'm clean and don't do all this shit, and then you're on, like, Valium and Percocet and all these painkillers and all this shit. And you're like, yeah, but I don't do drugs.
Scientology supposedly says not to have these drugs, I believe.
Yeah?
I believe they're all...
So he could actually be straight edge.
It's like straight edge, and that's what I'm intrigued about. I'm like, oh, you're...
If he is actually straight edge, that's fucking hardcore. He's on the drug called Tom Cruise.
I want to know, like, it's easy to laugh at him about, like, adopting a stupid ideology, but he's on a journey that none of us might get to, which is like, can you go so deep into believing this ideology that it actually becomes true for you? And I think that might be true. Like, he will die sort of exploding into 1,000 Thetan suns or whatever whatever the fuck that like glorious afterlife that thing is.
Or maybe he'll try and go rejoin all the lost alien souls and dive into a fucking volcano.
I'd say he's pictured it in his head. You know, the Edge of Tomorrow. You can see why it's crazy if you have that sort
And if he's got those sus tendencies or whatever, then I can imagine him going for the whole Speedos,
Oh, yeah.
Diving.
Yeah.
It goes along with it, and then add the lava pits and alien souls and shit.
Yeah.
I reckon we've sold him.
I'd like to see him in Speedos, laser-sighted pistols, and night vision goggles. I'm But I don't know. Is it... I want to know, does he feel moments of doubt like the rest of us? Or is he... When you get on this cult shit...
I reckon he does. I just reckon his focus is so fucking... His focus is pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
So he probably just goes for long periods.
But he's never really listening or talking to anyone, too.
No, he's focused on himself.
Yeah. That makes sense.
How am I gonna figure this shit out? If I get on the outside of a plane, how much money is it gonna cost for them to do so much safety that there's no chance I'll die and I'll seem like the coolest guy in the fucking world?
How can I best represent Tom Cruise to Tom Cruise's fans? That's what I'm thinking.
Fuck. TC's definitely got a big mirror. It's probably one of those fucking crazy mirrors from the Funhouse, and it makes him look so tall.
Wearing platforms and shit as well too.
That's my boy.
Is that
He's choking on the mic.
Choking on the mic. Oh shit! I thought it was Tom Cruise. It's Jay-Z here. They'd be good in a movie together.
I need you to stop looking at me like that, friend.
What you talking about, Will?
Your boy.
I made a purchase the other day.
Yeah?
I got an above ground pool installed in our backyard. Took a while. I had to put in the high.
For real?
Bit of DIY, yeah. Just made it. It cost me upwards of $29. Just got a Target filled up with some water. Got a little inflatable pool.
It's inflatable.
Yeah. It's just on like... Because we're a rented house and there's concrete out the back because it's like Italians or Greeks that own it or whatever, and they love fucking Italian grass, they call it, I believe. Yeah.
Inflatable's good.
Yeah, and the inflatable, and it's a good fucking... Had a little Corona and shit in there. Spark up a doobie. Yeah, it's all right. So
is it a kiddie pool?
It is technically a child pool.
At least it can double as an esky.
Well, it says I think age at 3 and up. So if it's up, I figure that includes me. I'm 24, so I'm included in that.
Did you go for ponies or race cars?
I thought you said race card, and I'm like, ponies or race cards? Race card. I just got more of a star astronomy type thing.
Oh, cool.
And
we are pretty gender neutral on this show.
But Pluto, these pictures that are coming back from Pluto, that's a nice little segue. Apparently, they take a while to come back, and they're still downloading all these things of like, there's a nitrogen plane that spreads across the whole thing with like, I think these icebergs that sort of float around on like nitrogen and stuff like that, and they're coming through with some crazy pictures, but someone was like, oh, why do the pictures take so long to come here, right? Like, I mean, fucking dead shit comments and stuff. But someone explained that apparently they can transmit information from whatever it's called, I forget, past Pluto back to Earth at 1k a second.
The New Horizons or
New
something,
Horizons
is it?
or whatever, yeah. So 1k a second. And I'm like, well, that's pretty good compared to like the modem I had in 1997 and shit, considering it's all the way across the fucking solar system.
It comes at 1 kb a second.
1 kb a second. And I'm like, that's alright.
Yeah.
Like, people saying that's why it's slow, and I'm like, that's a pretty impressive feat of engineering to get that shit back there here from here.
It reminds me of the days on the BBS when I used to watch the JPEGs undress.
Tell us about that time.
You know what I'm saying?
What is it?
When you have to load pictures on your dial-up modem.
Reminds me of the days of the BBS.
Yeah, the bulletin board system.
Bulletin board system.
Fuck, that shit was fucked up.
What's JPEG stand for?
I have no idea. Do you?
Joint Progression Enigmatic Game Theory.
Did you see this article recently about the Cyclops baby born in Egypt?
Well, I've seen that now. You've shown me, yeah.
It's kind of disturbing, the picture.
Yeah, so it's a baby born with one eye in the middle of a head and no nose. My girlfriend told me about it, but
just a mouth.
Doh showed it to me. Well, and an eye. Yeah. But the thing I want to mention is there's quite a lurid photo up there, and it says the tragic photo, and it sort of is. Like, it's not just like, oh, that's gross, that's disgusting. Yeah, it is sad and tragic and stuff. And it says that it's only expected to survive a few days, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of bad that it's like legacy is going to be, just splashed around this kind of news viral website and stuff. And I was like, I wonder if they didn't even permit photos of that, but instead the photos were gotten by like, you know, there's English paparazzi type. Like, oh, can I just get in there? Like this paparazzi in London type. Like, yeah, love just bribing hospital guards to get it. What if the family wasn't even in on the photo being done? And it was like one of these dirty...
I'll pay you to pull blinds, mate. I'll get a photo through a window.
Yeah. Through 50 Gs. I'm on the phone back to London. He says I can do 7.
I'll buy you a new sweater.
Yeah. I'll buy you the latest big blue sweater from Oxford Street. That sort of shit. But I don't know why it's English, but... That's pretty fucked up, don't you reckon? That this paparazzi...
Yeah, paparazzi.
Yeah, this paparazzi guy just goes in and takes a photo of it. I think they should do something about it.
I don't know if they really did. Maybe these doctors are just mofos.
Yeah, smuggling out with a little smartphone.
Like, it's interesting, but they should probably just keep it in their medical community rather than clickbait for fucking news sites.
Yeah.
They're all just getting that cash.
Everyone's on the gravy train, huh?
Just getting those Queen Elizabeths, mate.
You owe me 500 Queenies. Oh, man. Yeah, the English are fucked like that, sneaking into hospitals and shit.
Queenie's only a 5 here, mate.
Yeah, what do we get? Queenie's a 5? Can you name anyone else?
And it's all coins and shit. Fuck.
Can you name
some cheap queen?
Can you name anybody on any of the other notes?
The dude that looks like he's in armour on the 100. They changed him too, right? He was the one that was like an explorer that went to Antarctica. But I can't remember his name though, yeah. And they changed the 100 though and took him off it, didn't they?
Did they? Mawson?
He used to have, and they had the hectic,
like,
it looks like he's wearing chainmail, but it's just like a fucking, it's just like it's a big sweater for your head, mate.
Oh, no, it's John Mawson, I think, and he was one of the first Australian guys there, but I used to think it looked a bit like a balaclava. But who else is on there?
I think they changed it when it went plastic, though.
You know how, like, the American notes, you have these things like, oh, you fold it over and it's like the Twin Towers underneath the Eye of Horus.
It's all pretty fucked up looking.
Well, on the Australian one, you can fold the $5 note, so it makes it look like the fish, like, sucking a dick.
Oh, a whale thing?
Yeah, the whale thing. It's the Queen's pearls or its teeth kind of thing, and her gown is its mouth, and it's like, alright. Her neck with the little chin is sort of a perfect half genital area.
Well, that's a conspiracy in itself.
I don't think we're going to get to the bottom of that one. Not until Prince Charles takes the throne.
Maybe,
by force.
Maybe the Queen Elizabeth's family is actually related to Captain Ahab and shit.
What, they're hunting the great white whale? What is the great white whale? No, I can tell you about the great white whale. His name was, this is interesting, George Stephen Morrison. His name wasn't actually anything to do with the white whale. But it's related because he was commander of the 3rd Carrier Fleet in 1964 of the US Navy in the Gulf of Tonkin, just off Vietnam. And you might have remembered the Gulf of Tonkin incident that supposedly...
Yeah, I remember that thing that didn't happen.
Yeah. It was a sort of murky, forged affair to sort of justify escalating the Vietnam War. Would you know who the Great White Whale, I'm going to call him that, he's never been called that, but it's good, George Stephen Morrison? He was the commander in charge of that, and he got promoted to, I think, Rear Admiral after that. So that was 1964. In the Gulf of Tonkin, and this guy's son, meanwhile, was just about to Light My Fire for the Doors. His son is Jim Morrison of the Doors.
Oh, fuck, I have seen some documentaries on the Doors, and I just totally forgot all about it.
I watched the movie.
I didn't remember his name at all, yeah.
I watched the movie the other day. It's crazy, though. I'm like, oh my god. That was one of the most bug-out things I had recently. Watched the movie, read up on Wikipedia, and I'm like, what the fuck? His dad was, like, in command in the Gulf of Tonkin incident. That's a crazy family, huh? Like, what did you two do with your lives? Like, I started a war and I, like, went crazy and wrote all this crazy cool music and then died. Like, yeah.
Well, I'd probably do fuck tons of acid as well if you were under that kind of discipline.
Val Kilmer was pretty good in it. I liked it, actually. It was good.
There was a good documentary one as well. I think it was Johnny Depp narrating it.
I've seen it on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
Pretty good, yeah.
Alright. Well, it's cool. I mean, I'm down with the Doors and shit like that. I'll see what I'm not down with, though. Motorists in China intentionally returning to kill pedestrians they've injured because it costs less to them if they're dead than if they have to pay ongoing medical costs. And there's, like, pictures and videos of it and shit as well.
How major is that over there?
They're pretty big. Happens a bit.
Jesus Christ.
Including, like, just knocking down, like, a little kid, like, sort of, but only minorly. Like, only really knocking him down. And this woman in BMW comes and, like, reverses over him and shit. Like, he would have been fine. Like, just a sprained wrist or something. So that's pretty cool.
Good damn.
And that sort of reminded me of when I went to China, I think with my parents, a month after September 11th. And I was a little bit worried because it's just after September 11th.
Yeah, all this flying and shit.
Yeah, going with my parents and stuff like that. And I always remember, you know, my dad says a lot of things, but I remember him saying on that trip, like, when we were a bit worried, and like my mom even more than me, like, oh, and my dad saying super earnestly and as if it's reassuring to her, like, well, don't worry, if it crashes down, at least we'll all die together. Like, so, but so, like, not as a joke, not as something else, and I'm like, that's a pretty fucked up thing to remember.
I'm not sure if it came out verbally when I was a kid, but I totally had those thoughts when I was flying around with my family on holidays and stuff. Just like, this is scary as fuck, but yeah.
There you go.
If you're going to go down.
Well, if you're going to go down to Chinatown, that's really what it comes down to, isn't it?
You don't stand a chance if you go down to Chinatown.
So that's China news or whatever.
That Stitches Molly Cyrus song's fucking crazy.
It's a song called Molly Cyrus by Stitches. I wouldn't look at it if I were you. But
he just talks about putting cocaine up people's ass the whole time. It's pretty cool.
And not with a very good bedside manner either. But yeah, I mean, you know.
And he's being literal. Like, it sounded like a metaphor then, but no, this is Stitches, baby.
One of the YouTube comments, I think, said, man, this is like Tupac without the pseudo-intellectualism. Which I think was pretty good.
So I was playing a couple of rounds of Street Fighter 3 today. We got a version of that I can play with my arcade joystick.
Sweet.
And I was doing the secret code to get Akuma in it, which is like this long-winded, like down, down, up, left, up, right, and all this shit, like, for quite a while, and then you get Akuma. And it made me remember, like, where I got that from, because it was pre-internet kind of days, so it was dial-up internet, and there weren't all these sites that just had what you wanted when you search for it.
Yeah.
Like there is kind of now. There's almost, if you have a problem on Photoshop or some shit that you're using, you just look on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you don't get it there, you get it on some forum through fax or just even forums on the problem you're having and shit. But I got it from one of the dudes that worked at Time Zone, right?
Yeah.
Because we used to hang out there. We were late high school. Me and one of my friends would frequent the place a bit, get better at Street Fighter and Time Crisis and all the latest shit. Fuck, the arcade scene has died hard, hey?
Yeah.
But we managed to get heaps better once we sort of befriended one of the workers there.
Sure.
And after a while, like, we'd be playing these games and then he'd select this random character on it that we didn't know how to get, and we eventually got the code off him. But the way that we started being friendly with him was that I'm pretty sure one day we were just playing Street Fighter and we were going to go have a smoke with our, like, little hash pipes and probably, like, a film canister filled with, like, chopped up weed and shit, like, going around with this little, I've got all my shit.
I think I've done the exact same thing in the exact same place, actually, That little pedestrian crossing across from them. Is this at Chatswood or?
No, in Man.
Okay, cool, yeah. Go on.
And we were like, oh, we're gonna go have a smoke, and we ended up offering to this older Time Zone worker guy, like, oh, if you want to come and have pipes with us and shit, it's all cool and stuff. And we were just trying to be nice because he's the worker guy there, and we were playing games there all the time. And then he ended up coming with us and having a smoke and shit. And then we used to get so many free credits and shit after that. It was wild. And obviously cheat codes to arcade games and shit, like, fuck, bossing out.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Heaps of free games. I think I went to Sega World once and found a open dispenser with those little tickets. And busted open.
And just got a whole roll.
And my friend got heaps of them and stuff.
Oh, that's sick. Except, what's the best shit you could buy with that anyway? Like a stuffed toy or something?
Yeah, a stuffed toy. Sonic the Hedgehog butt plug or something.
Like, that would jam you up fast.
Oh, man. At least it's probably better. It's probably better than Knuckles, though. Well, if we're doing a little sort of technology confession, I guess this is from back in the day. With a program called ICQ that some people might remember. Do you remember? It was a little messenger thing. Hello, that shit kind of thing. Needless to say, I spent a bit of time there, as did some friends in high school, and
I think that's what turned me off doing social media.
Yeah. Was
that I'd already kind of dabbled in ICQ in high school, and I didn't really like it that much.
Yeah. We were trailblazers and stuff, but I had to go, and it was me and I think another friend, I forget who, but basically back in those days they weren't as aware to, like, little problems that you had. So if somebody put their email address as sort of something that was fake, like, I'm not going to tell you at hotmail.com, right?
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, so I'd go and register that email account and then tell ICQ I've forgotten my password, and it sends me the login information. Now, I barely did this at all, but this still remembers me because that's sort of a bit bad, but it was some random girl in Canada, like some teenage girl. We were teenagers too. And it was started, and you didn't have a friends list, I don't think, but it was like, let's say it's Julie or whatever. Someone just messages you from her friends, like, hey, how are you going with that assignment? Like, Sarah said she had to do the kind of that, and we were replying, we were like, don't you think Sarah was acting like kind of a bitch today? Like, writing that sort of stuff back to them. Like, just writing kind of random drama they wanted to talk about. Like,
I get it. So so they
like,
registered an account, and you didn't have to verify your email, so you could put in bullshit email so that you could just have an account without putting a real email in there. Yeah. Then you got the thing.
Yeah, I got the real
so then you're emailing from the thing that they've used to register.
Yeah, that they've used to register. So that's how I got it. So I'm just, like, spreading drama to all their friends and stuff. And they're like, oh, they're like, you're not acting like yourself after a while and shit. And I always wondered, I hope that didn't cause any damage, so I want to apologise to this random kind of prairie girl in Canada. I sort of started shit between her and her friend. For no reason, from the other side of the world, so I'm sorry, Alison, I'll just say.
Well, and you left her log on so she could still log in and everything.
No, she logged in later and stuff, I guess. I don't know what happened to her.
Yeah, so you didn't change anything.
No. I guess something, I don't know. I think they said that they were going to report me to the cyber police type thing, but
yeah,
I don't do that shit
anymore. It was a grey area back then.
because it's like international kind of thing. You don't have like, I don't know if they can extradite me there and stuff, but
It's maritime law.
yeah. This is the Conez and Doh Show, Australia's number 3 maritime law podcast you're listening to.
Well, my brother sent me a cool YouTube video of Star Wars Despecialized edition.
What's that?
Right? Because George Lucas had the originals for the old 1977 and 80 and 83 movies. And when he updated them in like 97, I think, for a special edition, basically when the movie got good enough praise that they were like, oh, give us copies of the original to put into the Film Institute and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's only ever told them he's going to submit the digital upgraded versions, right? So no one can get the originals and shit.
Yeah.
And there's a couple, like there's videotape versions and stuff that are on the internet, which is like George's, I forget what it's called, like unaltered original trilogy, GOUT or some shit. And they're pretty cool, but apparently the way that they've been transferred from analog to digital, they lost a bit, and it's a bit fuzzy in transitions, and artifacting and shit happens when, you know, like the camera's moving around. So this dude or whatever has started this massive project. I'm sure it involves a heap of people, where basically they're like using different versions of the movie and then trying to make it as close to the original version as possible, from using special edition, which has this good colour, but then covering up the bits that are special edition with shit from other versions, and just trying to make it like as close to the original as possible.
So much human brain power going towards these sort of things.
I'm kind of happy with watching that unaltered trilogy thing, like, and not really noticing it being shit, but when they pointed out that it was shit, you can totally tell.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Like, if I went back and watched the videotape that I taped off, or that my family taped off the TV in the 80s, it's going to be better than the unaltered trilogy AVI rip that you get off the internet.
Yeah.
Because it still would have been getting played on tape back then, and then you're taping tape to tape. It's all analog.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a bit crazy.
So if I went back and watched that videotape, as long as it hasn't degraded, it's probably still the best copy I've got.
I can't watch the original trilogy without digitally putting Jar Jar Binks into my scenes as well. It just cuts me. I'm like, oh, that's a perfect place for a line, sort of. So Palpatine, like, I will become more powerful.
There's something about Jar Jar
Binks. I will be more powerful
Binks
than you know. He's like, oh, SpaghettiOs, or whatever.
There's something about Jar Jar Binks that just feels like it's offensive.
Yeah, just a slap in the face.
But like, even offensive though, it's like is it racist? No, not really. Is it like is it offensive to mentally retarded people? Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems fucking offensive. Like, oh, Lucy,
you didn't do anymore.
Oh, Amy! You can suck my balls, Amy!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's the kind of hijinks I love, and that's why I put him in the original trilogy. You should play Jar Jar for the new one.
George Lucas must have done some serious drugs after he got that first fucking trilogy cash.
Yeah. I wonder why he put Jar Jar in. Like, I need like an urban / mentally handicapped demographic sort of thing. I mean,
with real motherfucking long ears.
Yeah, big flappy ears. So he's sort of like, he's got an element of everything. He's got a bit of Bugs Bunny in him, I reckon. He does though, like thematically and shit, right? Okay, good. I'm not crazy, right?
No.
And a bit of like a Rasta man, which is a bit offensive to the Jamaican people and stuff, I think, too. But nevertheless, I will be interested to watch the new ones. I'm not particularly like a fanboy about stuff, but I like a bit of Star Wars, and I'll be interested to see what they make of it and shit.
Yeah, it looks like it could be quite good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this cross lightsaber thing though. It looks a bit cracked.
Whereas the dual lightsaber, or was it the double-ended lightsaber? Darth Maul was fucking cool. That was about the only thing I liked in the first.
Yeah, he looked so cool.
Yeah. Fucking Liam Neeson.
That guy rocked up in your bedroom in the middle of the night with a double-ended lightsaber.
Who would you rather fight? Him? And Liam Neeson's also in it, but Liam Neeson as Taken, or whatever. So you're fighting Liam Neeson as Taken, whatever his name is. We'll just call him Taken. Or Darth Maul.
I guess Liam Neeson, and I'd try to seduce him. I don't know if you could do that to Darth Maul. Because, let's face it, I'm not winning fights against these motherfuckers.
Liam Neeson's old, though. You don't reckon you might be able to take him on?
Oh, am I armed or what?
No, it's just you versus him, like, knuckle to knuckle, mano upon mano.
Oh, if I got his back, fuck.
If he's got his gun and you're in, like, some little fucking... You're in, like, Istanbul hiding in a safe house, then you got no chance or whatever, but you might be okay. Oh, have you seen these hoverboard things? The rappers are on them and shit. It's like a Segway with no fucking thing.
Oh, yeah. It's got wheels, though, right?
It's got wheels, yeah, I know. It's not a hoverboard. That's what people call them. But, actually, this is a double-pronged thing I can talk about.
I have seen them, though. I think there was some on Tosh the other week.
Have you seen them in real life, though?
I'm not in real life, no.
Because I've started seeing them crop up around now and near me. Okay, like... there's like this muscly sort of gym guy and stuff, and he's just like... It's got this blue neon on it, so you can't... It was night. I was going out to get ciggies. You can't miss it. Like, and then comes off the curb to where the road is and sort of has to get off it because he doesn't want to go down the little dip thing, kind of the curb cut down onto the road and across it. So he does that, walks across, puts it on the ground, back on the other side where there's a big long pedestrian plaza, and he puts it there, gets on it, like doesn't stand quite properly, and like gets off it and like adjusts it like 3 degrees to the right or something. It looks so weird. And then he got on it, and after all this kerfuffling about, he got on it and started moving forward. And just adopted the most like nonchalant, like yeah, I'm just chilling kind of look. Like as if it's so nonchalant, as if you weren't just fucking around with a stupid like first early adopter bit of technology you got that you can't use. And he put on a pretty good pose that almost made me forget him fucking around so much. And the one thing it reminded me of was sort of people who bought laser discs. I think I don't know why exactly. For the people
and
who
mini discs and all that kind of stuff.
I had a mini disc.
It was alright. Cool. Mini disc was big down here because of it being big in Asia and stuff. But
yeah, I got mine from Hong Kong and shit too.
Yeah.
It was like the pipeline from Hong Kong to our high school.
But that didn't really catch on like they thought it would either.
Well, the iPod sort of cut it away, didn't it, I think? Otherwise,
digital music and shit.
Yeah. I read a bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography.
Oh, yeah?
And came up.
Did they write it phonetically?
I opened to a few random pages. And
Hello!
I didn't know what to expect, but it was all like this super earnest stuff. Like, what was his wife called?
The Kennedy.
Yeah, fucking what was her name? like, me and my wife were looking at that time to settle down somewhere, like all this sort of stuff. And
I know her name too.
He had like the other chapter that I read. It was all about like The Last Action Hero and how it was a disappointing release and him making excuses for why it was disappointing. Like, it was a good script, but we had to cut this out for PG, and I don't think it got quite the impact. And we opened up against Jurassic Park and shit, like sort of like as if he's still super cut about Last Action Hero not being a super blockbuster.
It had so much action in it, but it was pretty lame.
So forgettable though too.
It was pretty lame.
I haven't seen it for a long time. I don't think it's worth watching again.
I might watch it now that you brought it up, but yeah.
Conez crazy too. I watched Conez again. It's sort of the last gasp of these big action things before all this CGI too.
And Nick Cage's accent's pretty off the chain.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He says a few words. He says a few fucked up words in that. Okay. You're going to Mars. You want to go to Mars, right? You've been selected for a mission.
Get your ass to Mars.
You're the captain of Get Your Ass to Mars mission or whatever. It's privately funded. It's got everything and stuff. You're the captain. You're allowed the captain's picks. You're allowed to take 5 people with you to start a new life on Mars. Who are you going to take? And don't think too long because it takes off soon.
It takes off soon?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take the girl from that honey cocaine curveball clip.
Okay,
the model with the ass. Yeah,
the model with the ass who jiggles it quite a bit. So she's number one. Yeah,
she can help me be my personal assistant, I guess.
Okay, cool.
And then who are we gonna take? We'll take Arnie. Oh no, he's a bit old. Can we take Arnie when he's young?
No. It has to be now. You have to choose. I mean, Arnie might be a good option, but you have to decide. So I'm just gonna write this down. So.
All right.
So you're going to take Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, I guess we have to go with first quick shit.
Okay, cool. So you solved a couple of problems there.
So we got him, he can lead some shit. I've got me starting the population covered.
I love it how you don't want to be the leader when you get you're captain. You're handing over leadership like
that kind of is like this thing that Ados sent us the other day on this black wolves and shit, right?
Yeah.
And this black wolf leaves its pack.
Yeah.
or its alpha parents get killed, right? And it like scatters their pack because they can't hunt properly and shit. He goes off on his own, finds this other pack, and starts trying to sly hit on the girls, like the cubs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they start coming over to him, and when the alphas from that pack come over, he uses the road as a force field.
Yeah.
Because the other wolves are like scared of the road in this area. And he just keeps going there and noticing they don't get him. So he like hits on these like wolf cubs for ages and impregnates them and stuff, and has these kids in his pack that's not his wolf pack and shit. And then like it's hectic, and it was really cool doco. By the end of it, he like lives that hectic life, and then right at the end he becomes the alpha of his own pack as well. He's like this 10-year-old wolf. Yeah, it's hectic.
That sounds pretty crazy.
It was crazy, so I thought maybe that's why I was going that route mentally. Just let Arnie do the work and I'll do the fucking...
Okay, fuck, that was a good little digression. Okay.
And then Noam Chomsky, maybe.
Alright, okay, yeah.
He can be on the radio just spouting all this neutral shit to keep everyone calm.
What sort of shit? What would he be saying, you think?
Well, back when the Mexicans in Chiapas were... and just like relating it to all this shit on Mars, you know? We don't need to hurt each other because there was this shit on Earth that was like that, and Martians don't play that shit.
Wouldn't you run the risk of sort of bringing some baggage from the past? Like, he's a famously critical guy, and famously critical of problems on Earth, but Earth is his forte. Do you think you might want...
Yeah, we're bringing Mars to the forefront. We're going to be better than Earth.
Alright, okay. Alright. Honey Cocaine, Arnie, Noam Chomsky.
No, not Honey Cocaine, it's this model chick...
sorry, the chick,
out of the clip, yeah. I've never even heard her speak. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay, that's 3, right? We need 5 or what?
Yeah, that's 3. Chick from Honey Cocaine clip, Arnie, Noam Chomsky.
So I got leadership covered. I got calming the masses down, which is just going to be 2 more people, right? That was a shit choice then. But
you're stuck with it now. He's communications Thursday. Huh?
Okay, we need some enviro kind of cunt.
Yeah.
Or some technology wizard. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah. Alright. He might... Oh, he's a bit of an alpha dog. He might butt heads with fucking Arnie. And
he might try and hit on my model chick.
Who is it? Sorry, again?
The girl from the clip.
No, who is your 4th person?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, okay. Elon Musk, okay.
So he can solve all of the technology problems, and we can just go watch movies and swim in Martian swimming pools and
okay, I'll tell you what, because
pool parties and shit.
Because Gnome's so small, you can fit another person in there, so you've got 3 more people.
Whew. So I got technology.
No, 2 more.
Donald Trump for the cash. He's just going to be shipping so much junk up to Mars for us.
Okay. Alright.
But Noam Chomsky and Arnie should keep him in line, though. Donald!
Arnold? Okay.
I like your hair, Donald!
I like yours too, Arnold. We can make Mars great again. Didn't they have that shit in Total Recall? There was like a totalitarian Mars government kind of thing. Trump would be perfect.
Yeah, because it was built on mining and shit.
Okay, one more person. Do you want another chick for like... Is it just...
I think so. It's a bit of a fucking sausage party, yeah.
No, not so much that. I'm worried about this poor girl. She's out there alone, and... I don't know. She's a girl from some R&B video clip from a Cambodian rapper living in Toronto. And Doh's first choice to go to Mars. And yeah.
But if you put that clip on, you'll see why.
Yeah, it's called what's it called again? Curveball by Honey. All right, so one more person.
Think the world producer goes shit or something? Okay, here's my last one. Yeah, we got to get another girl in there. God damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, I ruined my my shit. I was just it should have just all been girls, right? And just like heads exploding in the vacuum, but at least you were there with a few girls.
Go on, choose the last one, then we can analyze it.
It's tough. Last pick for Mars.
Yeah. You can have 2 more if you really want. If our more efficiencies are increasing.
Emma Watson.
Alright. Okay, Emma Watson. Say no more.
She could be my side chick.
And the next person, and the very last person to take with you to Mars. Oh man, this is a mess.
Who's a good, like, modern psychotherapist kind of thing?
Billy Crystal or something? No. Okay, I don't know.
I'll take Joe Rogan, because he's got that kind of, he could be the chameleon that could just talk to any of them and get them to spout the shit that's going to sort of get them to betray their own thoughts and shit.
And what do you want to call the mission? And what do you want to call
I don't know if Rogan would come. He's got a family,
no,
bro.
Rogan. Too late. Rogan's coming.
That would suck. You just get arrested, like, you know, scooped up in the middle of the night and wake up on a fucking rocket ship.
And the rocket ship's called what? What do you want to call your ship, and what do you want to call the colony you're founding on Mars?
The rocket ship can be called Penetration.
Okay, let's say Penetration. Yeah.
It's got to, like, penetrate that Martian atmosphere.
Okay, and what are you going to call this new colony on Mars? Quick.
Gestacia.
Gestacia. Alright, cool. So, this mission called on board the Penetration to found get it? Gestacia, alright? Gestacia.
Like gestation.
Gestacia.
So it's like
yeah,
Gestacia.
Yeah, I get it. And with the penetration, that's it's like very Kubrickian. So we have on board this, we have the chick from the Honey Cocaine Clip, Curveball. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger for leadership, I believe, is why everything's selected. I'm going to lead this place.
I'm going to bring my friend Donald.
Yeah. We also have Noam Chomsky, I believe, to, like, placate the masses sort of thing and get them to listen to his voice. Elon Musk to invent shit. Donald Trump, I guess, is maybe an alternate leader to help Arnie lift his game. Or
no, he's the space cash. He's the one bringing the cash and all the fucking... All the new shit just getting rocketed up from Earth to this, like, 6-person colony or whatever.
So that would be interesting, because Arnie might be a bigger guy, but that would be a clash of egos. With Noam Chomsky, he'd have his way. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Emma Watson.
She would hate this shit. It's awesome.
I don't think Emma would be down with this.
You could change her perspective a little.
Maybe the chick from the... I don't know. Anyway, we have... and Joe Rogan. Why is Joe Rogan there?
Because he was going to keep everyone's shit straight.
And what sort of society...
Like, if they started doing... if Donald started doing shit to Arnie or, all that kind of stuff, he'd interview them on the Noam Chomsky show or some shit. And
I don't know if he translates to TV, but... No, he'd be influential, I agree, but... What sort of society...
But he's getting the people to keep themselves in line, sort of thing.
So what sort of society do you see...
And Noam Chomsky's, like, showing you, like, you gotta be better than Earth and shit.
So one last question. Where do you see Gestacia 24 or 20 Mars years from now? Some of those guys are going to be pretty old.
Well, I guess we've developed our morally upstanding and, technologically awesome little Mars haven, and then we don't really need Donald and Arnie and who are the other old people?
Oh man,
Rogan should last a while. He's on like TRT and shit.
Yeah. But we'd have to do because I noticed I wasn't on there, so we'd have to do the Conez and Doh show.
Oh, sorry, man. There'd be such a big delay.
Yeah, but why didn't you invite me on it? I wanted to go to Mars.
I'm sad now.
Do you really need Joe Rogan there? He can adjudicate any fights that they get into up there as well.
Totally.
Put a fucking joke on! Arnie would get old, so he'd be like the declining alpha, always watching his back and stuff. And there'd be plenty of...
You were asking me the question. I thought it was this detached kind of thing, like, fuck. I wasn't really associating it with taking you up there.
Yeah, well,
Sorry, man.
It's a bit late to take it back now.
Then you want to bring your girlfriend, then you want to bring your family, It'll turn into
property prices go take a hit.
Turn into this weird immigration on Mars thing, and
I noticed
stop the fucking spaceships.
I noticed all white people with one Latina maybe in there that you took. So how do you respond to charges of that? That's a bit Eurocentric.
Austrian.
Yeah. We have an Austrian. Donald Trump's of German ancestry.
Oh no!
Yeah. What, Joe Rogan's some Irish fuck or something? That's it.
Hey, cool it, Roach.
Italian.
Yeah, Italian.
I mean, like, hey, I'm an Italian fuck, that sort of thing. No offense. Noam Chomsky, I guess.
Well, yeah, it was because I had to shoot fast for all those fucking answers, right?
Yeah, totally. No, I think you did a good job, and you're on board the rocket. You're off there, and I think we got a bit of more. We went a bit deeper into the black hole that is the Conez and Doh show. But right now, we're not broadcasting from Mars, we're broadcasting from Earth. It's a lovely sunny evening that I'm glad you've been privileged to witness.
Got a bit of an electro beat this week.
Sweet.
To drop on the track. No lyrics or anything, so just muzz out and have a good one.
Is that some old school Trent?
Totally. Right. Let's see you guys.
See you later, though.